Hello, and welcome to another edition of Third Action. I am Jason, the lovely, wonderful, ever-kind GM that's been here this entire time, and these are the same three mental patients from last week. In the bottom left, the Sanatorium's newest inhabitant, Asher Ford, Human Ranger, played
I'm
by
new,
Charlotte.
which means everyone else here is older than me. Take that.
I suppose that's correct, so it's fair.
In the bottom center, the blind man clinging for just a drop of that sweet juice, Greshy Ironroot, Dwarven Druid, played by Will. It's fucking kazoo. And in the bottom right, we have the brutish jailer, Gunn, Shough, human champion of Erastil, played by Adam.
I think there's been some mistake. I was supposed to go to the sanitarium.
Just wanted to be clean. All he was asking for.
So, last time on Third Action, our intrepid heroes continued their investigation of a mysterious series of murders that have been plaguing the area around Sandpoint. There have been two incidents. One about approximately 2 days ago. 4 victims involved. 3 of them were murdered, their jaws removed from their faces, their skin flayed, and the mark of the Sahedron, the 7-pointed star, has been carved into their flesh. This star has some significance to Thassalon, the ancient empire that dwelled in this region many, many centuries ago. The 4th person in that case, a bodyguard named Grace Sevilla, was found alive but quite injured and babbling incoherently. He was brought by the sheriff to a nearby sanatorium where he was placed under the care of an Aaron Habe, the operator of said sanatorium. 2 days later, in the dead of the night, another pair of grisly murders occurred at the local sawmill. 2 people were murdered. One of them, a Harker, I forget his first name, but he is the person who ran the mill day to day. He was found upstairs in his sort of working quarters / bedroom, jaw removed, skin flayed, and flesh carved with the Sahedron rune, much like the other corpses. Another body was also found, body in quotes, of a Katrin vendor, a local shopkeeper's daughter, who had been having a bit of some midnight trysts with Mr. Harker. A young Ebor Thorn, a worker at the mill, was the one to discover the gruesome murders, and the sight of which has left him a bit paranoid, to put it lightly. And he is currently being held in the Sandpoint garrison, or has, I guess, just been released at your request. You guys went to the mill, investigated, found some clues. I'll leave you guys to discuss what you think about that. But then to sort of follow on your other leads, you made your way over to the Sanatorium, where you met with Aaron Habe, a very shifty-looking old man, who nonetheless agreed to show you to the patient, Grace Sevilla. You were led upstairs to a small jail cell where you kind of all crammed in around this figure, who had been prepared in a straitjacket. He babbled some nonsense at you, and seemed to be quite interested in one Asher Ford, whom he expressed some jealousy of.
I don't know this man. This is a stranger, and I'm in danger.
Well, we're definitely in danger now.
Yes. So he fell quiet for a time while you guys discussed what you had just learned from him, and then he lunged out and attacked. And that is where we resume for today. So it is battle time. Let me go ahead and switch you guys over
Woo!
to the battle scene. Hopefully this will work.
Oh, there
Maybe.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's so tiny. All right, I have to figure out how to zoom in and get to it.
Aha, there we go.
We'll find it.
So
We're gonna fight in the
Wolf
dark.
Has just switched over to some new keyboard commands and stuff, so this will be slightly. Okay, there we go.
What is
Thank
the
you.
art for the tiefling guy? It's so
adorable.
cute.
The random character art that I'm not using from the books is almost all from a person named Yuikami, Yuikami, on Roll20. They do a lot of really cute tokens and stuff. So a lot of times I'll use their token packs if I don't have anything else.
It's fair.
Everyone else is very like detailed, and there's the cute little tiefling bodyguard.
So,
Oh,
let's
Professor
go ahead and
Quirrell over
start
there.
with some initiative rolls. So we've got all, the four of you are kind of crammed into this jail cell with Mr. Sevilla, a ghoulish figure that has lunged out to attack you. I need, yes, let's do perception for initiative, please.
All right. Get all those
Oh,
beepy boopies. So much for going
bad.
last.
Gun's ready, dude.
Got me a natural 20.
Okay, Gunn got a natural 20 for a 27. Greshy got a 19.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Aaron Habe, who is kind of crammed in beside Greshy, got an 18. Asher has a 17. The bodyguard in the back has a 10, and Grace has a 9. So,
I feel like there's somebody
Gunn.
missing here.
Is there somebody missing?
I don't see a dog.
Phelan could not fit in the cell, and thus is standing
Invited
beside the stairs, which are.
Oh, okay. I just don't have visibility on him. That's why I was wondering.
Yes, he's somewhere up in the
Okay.
up to the north around the corner. If you call for him, he'll come. But
Sure. It's gonna be cozy in here anyway.
okay, Gunn.
Step one, I guess, is carefully draw that sword.
Okay, you draw your sword.
Tight-worded.
Yes, it is
There will
pretty
be
tight, but you still have just enough room to kind of draw it close to
Yeah,
you.
there will be no sweeps or anything, but I'm going to attack the ghoulish figure, aiming to disarm him, ultimately.
Of his arms.
Literally.
Okay. Why can't I find? I was not ready. Inventory, right?
Yes, yes, inventory.
Oh, there's subcaps. There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. All right, we got an attack, and it should come through any second.
There you go.
There we go. We have a total of 22 to hit.
Okay, so you draw your sword, swing at the figure, and it would help if I had his stats open. Ah. And a 22 will hit his AC. You strike
Nice.
hard in his chest, slash across his body.
Right.
Go and roll the damage for that.
Okay. The damage is 10 points of slashing piercing. That's really mediocre rolling, but
Sorry.
plus 1d6 of, which is 2 points of holy damage, or good damage.
Ah, because this is a disrupting weapon.
Yes, it is.
Today, right? Okay.
Yep.
This is one of your paladin abilities. Lets you set a rune each day. I think if it didn't come out on stream, off stream, you told me it's disrupting every day, unless you say
default is
otherwise.
disrupting. Yep.
Okay, so that's 10 points of slashing damage, plus let's see, yeah, it does not seem to have any kind of additional weakness to this holy damage, but it will take it obviously. So another 2 points of damage. Grace is pretty badly hurt from that first strike. You have
Okay.
one more action.
Yeah, let's see. I'm weighing whether I should aim to be non-lethal. If there's any further communication we can do with him. But I think I will try, and I've rolled, and there we go. Got a 23 to hit the second time,
Okay, is this lethal or non-lethal?
and non-lethal.
Non-lethal? Okay, so I think non-lethal is a -4, I want to say. But that will still hit. So go ahead and roll the damage.
Whoa, there we go. 17 points of physical damage plus 3 of good. 20 points.
Okay, and in one single turn, he is rendered unconscious.
Yay!
All right. Well, that was fair enough.
Whoops.
I was saving
Okay.
up for all that bad diplomacy.
So as Grace leaps out towards Asher, you quickly draw your sword, slash once across his back. Blue blood oozes out of his through the straitjacket, and then you just do another hard slam across his arm, and he falls to the ground, writhes in pain, but it seems to be unconscious.
Well, that was unpleasant.
Hooray
Habe
for Gunn.
backs out of the room.
Greshy's going to move into the space that he's vacated, so he's not crowding Gunn quite so much. Well, that was unpleasant. You left him alive, though. I suppose that's for the best.
Not sure that it will be much use, but
He's just a ghoul now.
can I ask him any questions, or is he unconscious?
He is unconscious.
If you wake him up, I'm leaving and standing outside the room and watching.
In
from
the kindest
there.
way possible, I don't think I can really heal him properly. Might be able to bandage his wounds a bit, but
Let's try seeing if we know anything about a cure for his condition.
that's a good point. Would I happen to know if there is any sort of treatment for ghoul fever in general? He may be too far gone, but
Medicine, religion, maybe? What's your...
Yeah, this would be religion, probably.
I could make the roll, but you might be better at it.
I'll give it a try. I mean, feel free to. However, I'm not very good at religion.
That's fair. Let me ponder that a bit myself.
Considering that.
Oh crap!
So I got 28 on that roll.
Okay, and Gunn got a 9.
A 9, yeah.
So Gunn, he's just as good as dead. Greshy, you think about it. It might have been possible to cure him before he became a full ghoul, but given the state of this guy's extremely long tongue and glowy eyes, he's probably already gone. There's no curing this.
Well, shite.
Short of some, like, wish level magic.
Some divine intervention there. I don't think we're going to be getting that anytime soon. I hate to say it, Gunn, but you may want to just put him out of his misery. At this point, I think it's too far gone. Once they get
Alright.
that weird tongue thing going on, it's a bit too much.
All right. Well, I'll take a look at the doctor and see if he's
Who's now,
looking...
like, kind of peeking in around the corner.
Mhm.
Is the patient still alive?
I'll say
Says-
no, and I'll stab him through the neck.
Ooh.
No, don't! My patient! And you just sword right through his, through Grace's neck.
You mind if... Is it
decapitating
possible...
the ghoul.
Is it possible to push past him into the hallway? I don't like being
kind of-
cooped up in this room.
You kind of make like that, and yeah, the bodyguard will kind of shift out of the way if that's what you're
Aye.
trying to do.
Yeah, I just want to get past them into the hallway so I'm not just locked up in this
Okay, yeah,
cell.
you can back away.
All right.
I will
Just wanna
then follow up by
push over here.
saying, unfortunately, he was too far gone.
But it's always such a pain to lose such a promising patient. Well, I'm sorry for all the trouble. I didn't realize you would. I'm terribly sorry. You won't speak of this to anyone, will you?
I think we might have to.
I mean, he died. We'll at least need to make sure the authorities know.
Yeah, this doesn't honestly look good for you,
okay.
Doctor.
Yes, that is fine. That's fine.
That said, I'm kind of curious as to why you weren't treating him, rather than just leaving him in here to turn into a ghoul.
Of course I was treating him. This is
Apparently not very well. Sure, but he turned into a ghoul right under your nose. You didn't notice?
Oh, well, of course I noticed, but
And you did nothing about it, or was it just not working?
I wasn't able to stop him from transforming, but I was able to suppress his lingering desires for at least a day. I had hoped to do more with it.
How did you
I've
suppress them
spoken
for
too
a
much.
day?
Those matters would be too complicated to explain to someone such as yourself.
That is true. I am quite.
Why don't you try me? I know a couple things about medicine.
Well, these are very advanced medicines that I've been using. You wouldn't understand. Come.
Do you have any
it's
more
time
of
that
it?
you left.
I would take.
I don't trust this guy at all. I don't want.
What if more ghouls come after me? I would like to be suppressed for a little while.
I could spare a bit, I suppose.
Yes.
He kind of fumbles around in his robes, patting his body, looking for something, and then reaches in and pulls out one vial, kind of looks at it, turns it over a bit in the light, puts it back, pulls out a different vial. Yes, here.
Ooh,
2 drops applied to the tongue.
thank you. I'll take it.
All right, so Asher's acquired some more gross water of some sort.
Well, that sounds more like something we should find out what it is at first opportunity.
Say the least.
Say gross ghoul.
Gross anti-ghoul water.
Anti-ghoul water.
Semi-anti ghoul water.
All right.
Perfect.
You satisfied, Gunn? You ready to leave, or?
No and yes. In that
Well,
order.
I have to get to burying this one. Gortus, could you please take the body? Yes, sir.
Where do you bury such cases?
There's a graveyard about half a mile away that we usually use. But once the body is dressed and clean, it should be fine.
Do you deal in many ghouls?
Let's consider whether that's true or not. Is this thing safe to bury in a graveyard?
Based on your earlier, yeah, it's probably safe to bury. Now that you've killed it, it's not coming back unless somebody comes in and animates it again.
Okay.
Sorry, was there a question to Habe?
I had asked if he deals in many ghouls or if this is his first.
No, this was certainly my first ghoul in the area. It's not too common to see such a strange specimen around here.
How do people become ghouls? Is it other ghouls biting them, or is it something else?
Yes, usually the ghoul fever spreads via their bite.
What do his toes look like? No, just out of curiosity. I didn't say that, but I look at his
You go over and look at the
Yeah.
wait, Habe's toes or
No, the ghoul feet, the ghoul
Okay.
toes.
you look
You
at
can
the
check
ghoul's
Habe's while you're at
toes, and they are elongated and have like a bit of like a kind of long nail at the end.
Hmm. Do they remind
certainly
me of
they
the
certainly remind you, yeah, of the profile of the footprints you saw earlier.
ghoul prints?
And the stench that's coming off of this guy is similar, but not quite the same as what you
Yeah.
smelled.
That said, I don't think these things are generally intelligent enough to carry out an assassination and then escape the city without being seen, or like swim. Maybe.
I will say he was intelligent enough to talk to us, but I don't know.
That might be just because he was.
He might have just been going crazy and not fully turned yet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe controlled
Ghouls
by
can be
people?
quite intelligent, especially the more powerful versions, the ghasts.
Ghasts. All right.
Casts.
Good to
Wow.
know.
They still generally crave human flesh.
Hmm.
They still retain many of their faculties, though I would hesitate to call them sane.
Do they have any sort of preference for what they eat as far as body parts go? Do they like jaws, for example?
I've never heard of one eating jaws, no.
All right, just curious. They don't
Probably
like to
just
suck on
gonna-
toes or anything.
Back to tide him over.
Well, if that's that you've got all you've came for, please hurry out. I really do have quite a lot of work to do, and you've interrupted me for. Please.
All right. Let's. I mean, I guess I can't think of any good excuse to go exploring further.
I mean, I can think of plenty, but it'd be pretty uncivilized. So,
Exactly. Let's
You
step
call for
outside.
Phelan, who comes running
There
over.
he is.
Yay! Oh my god.
What's
a
the
voice
matter?
shrieks out from behind one of the cell doors.
oh jeez. All these cell doors are entirely enclosed, right?
Yes, so you can. There are at like a human head level. There are like metal bars, so you can like see through.
Greshy
they
will
are
just come
otherwise
over and-
doors.
Come over and just take a quick gander inside to see what jumped.
Okay.
What's
you
more?
take a quick look inside, and you see a large humanoid rat.
Huh.
Dressed in loose rags, that is currently cowering in the corner of this room. It's completely dark in there, there's no light, but they're just currently holed up and shivering.
Oh, sorry to
fear.
scare you like that. It's all right. It's not gonna hurt you. And
Don't hurt Pidge. Don't hurt Pidge.
no one's gonna hurt you. Do people hurt you usually?
No, Pidge, it's safe here. Pidge, it's safe here.
Oh, good. All right.
Creepy, crazy stuff.
All right. Well, I'm gonna let Pidget go. Just wanted to make sure we weren't hurting nobody.
Okay, so you step away from the bars.
If I step out into the hallway as well,
Okay, yeah, you are free to do so.
doctor will let me pass through. Which way are we going? To the
This
exit.
way, Hay
And
will
go.
lead you up to the northern door.
Can we look through the bars at the other doors when we
I'm gonna
pass?
peek. Ooh.
Sure. Yeah, you can peek at the southern door, the middle door here. There doesn't seem to be anybody inside.
And
Yeah. I'll
maybe
let
this
you
one?
kind of peek if you're wanting to look. Let's see the rat person in
Great.
the corner.
Greshy's a little bit short to be doing it on the regular. It was just more of a...
The one I went to stand in front of, though, has another door. Is that the same type?
No, the door. Let's see.
The northeast.
The northeast room does not have bars on it. It's just got a simple lock.
Okay.
And Habe will open the door to the stairs which you guys came from.
All right.
And start walking down.
Guess we'll follow him out. Question mark.
Unless we have a good reason to stay and accuse him of anything.
I have plenty of things I could accuse him of, but not enough proof to feel comfortable with it. Unless,
Teleporting you guys all to the other.
I was waiting for movement. Oh gosh, that's better.
Oh boy. Okay. There we
Getting
go.
used to the controls is a bit different.
Yes. So you guys proceed down the stairs and into the secondary floor, where there are a bunch more cells. But he leads you to the southern rightmost door.
These also have the barred.
Yes, and
Yep.
before you saw that there were two. There was an old man in the furthest left cell and furthest right cell. In the middle.
Just gonna kind of casually make sure my course passes by this door and peek in the bar.
Okay, you peek through the closest set of bars, and you do see a. Oh, let's see. You see a small cell, but nobody's in it.
Okay.
And here, I think we were trying to keep quiet. These ones we wanted to not disturb too much.
Yeah. What's everybody's stealth modifiers?
Greshy is
So 10. This would be your passive stealth, so 10 plus stealth.
18 for Greshy, and I think Phelan is
10 plus
20.
stealth, huh? Well, that makes it a whole 10.
10
Okay.
plus stealth is 20 for me.
There you go.
All right. Okay. They don't seem to react this time as you guys pass through the room.
Yeah.
This time
Learned our
they
lesson after the
roll
last
perception
time.
against you. They did in fact roll a 9. Okay,
Rip.
so you guys proceed down the next set of stairs. And yoink you guys over.
Whoop.
Did I open the door there yet? I did not. Door. Okay. Alright, so you're led out back into the first floor area. I can't reach Habe. Oh no, you've all stepped on top of him. Okay. Okay, and he leads you around the corner back through a sort of open workshop area where all the sewing equipment was. And there are a bunch of doors here, but none of them seem to be cells. They just seem to be various small.
Are these like examination rooms, or what do you do down here?
These are mostly storage, but my other bodyguard lives here as well. I think he's currently sleeping, so if you could be quiet, that would be
Oh,
ideal.
sure, of course. It's very quiet in your sanatorium.
Yes, I like to keep it that way. It keeps the patients happy and healthy, happy and healthy.
Except for ghouls when they die.
Well, he's healthier and happier.
He's back to 0 health from negative.
Yeah.
Well, here we are. I hope you enjoyed your visit. Please do give a good word about me to the sheriff. I did everything that you asked, perfectly
That's
into the
true.
letter.
Aye, 5 stars on Yelp, no problem.
Goodbye now. Goodbye.
Mhm.
Bye.
Farewell. Goodbye, he says as he's
Goodbye.
like slowly backing up towards the door. And it shuts very quickly
Where's the graveyard? Did he say?
behind you.
Half a mile. That's
He
all he
mentioned
said.
it vaguely, but he didn't give you like a specific.
We should probably take a walk and see if we can find it. I'm wondering
Just
if this is not the first body.
We're close enough to the town that it might also be just the graveyard for the town. So,
It's possible.
Well, you know the graveyard for the town is in the or like around
Oh,
the
that's
Sandpoint
great.
Cathedral.
okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
You've even
So
been there and fought some skeletons there.
we
Yep.
did. Let's. I'd like to see how big this graveyard is. Perhaps
Yep.
they have frequent burials.
Maybe
Well,
it's
we could
only
always-
5 bodies.
We can always follow them there.
You
When
want
you
to
say follow them, you don't mean sneakily, I assume.
Well, not me, but
That was kind of my implication there.
me?
I could, wait a ways off.
We could see. The other side of it is if we find it, we could try hiding once we get there and see what happens when they come to bury the body.
True.
Okay, so your
Preferences?
horses are just kind of tied up out here, right outside the porch area.
Is it particularly wooded around here?
No, it's actually pretty open grassland
Okay.
all around. There is a hill nearby, so we'll go back to the map.
Yeah, that's where we camped before.
Yeah, there's this big plateau to the south of you, the Ashen Rise,
Well, suppose we could go find something near our
and
camp.
a small river, and there's a couple trees around, but it's not heavily wooded.
Sure, it's not a forest or anything.
How about I go up to Ashen Rise and camp out a little bit, and one or both of you guys end up following him to the graveyard and give us a signal somehow. How can we say? Well, we could have Phelan and Asher will start following, and then when he has the scent, Phelan could come get the rest of us and bring us along.
Alright. Send Asher to find all the spooky things.
Asher likes those sorts of things.
Asher usually likes those sort of things, but Asher is currently very uncomfortable that these strangers are talking to him and attacking him.
Writing notes to him.
Town. Writing love letters to Asher. Asher doesn't love anyone.
Why not?
He loves horses and dogs.
Your lordship seems to be quite fond of you.
I don't know who that is.
That's
The strange
question.
man or woman. Don't know.
this person.
Not sure. Person.
Well, if you set up camp on the rise, Gunn, would it be possible to see if there's a track or some sort of pathway to the graveyard?
We could do a survival check probably to.
Sure. Yeah,
Or-
you could do a survival check if you want.
Yeah. So I figure what I'd like to do is kind of camp up above it where they can't see us as easily, and then we can watch and wait for them to come and bury the body or whatever they're going to do.
Let's look around and see if we can find the slightly less well-traveled path.
Let me roll my survival check here.
Okay, we got a 22 from Gunn and a 28 from Greshy. Is Asher doing anything?
I will. I'll help my friends if I can figure out. There we go. My survival's worse than everyone. 15.
15. Okay. So the three of you start searching the. So I guess, are you doing this on horseback? Are you taking your horses somewhere?
I would initially,
I would stay on horseback.
yeah, I think riding on a horseback would be best. I want to store them once we find the place, but you can ride on
Okay.
horses to find it first.
So you guys spend about. So it's already kind of late, I think, in the day is what I said last time. It was probably around
Yeah,
6 or 7 ish in the evening. So it's starting to get dark. And you guys spend about an hour searching around pretty thoroughly in the nearby area. No, you don't find any tracks that seem to deviate off of the main road. Nothing. There isn't any sign of any graveyard nearby. Like you don't see anything that's obvious. This is just kind of big open plain.
And we're riding around. We're on horseback. We're not hiding particularly well.
No.
So we don't see them. They haven't come out with anybody at all.
Nope. Nobody's come out of the building.
And he specifically said he was going to be burying it in the graveyard.
Yeah.
He did.
Never gonna come out with the body.
Let's
Maybe he's got.
I don't know how far away are you guys ranging while you search?
well, how not super far. I would say like a couple of 100 meters.
We could go probably farther than that in an hour.
How long did you want to spend on this?
Well,
search?
we spent an hour searching so far.
Okay. Then yeah, probably more like a
I'd say half a mile, just
mile
kind of,
radius. Yeah.
especially on horseback, we could probably do that pretty easily just to see if there's anything that looks like a pathway to a graveyard, or if there's anything that appears to be a graveyard, like, you know,
Lumps of
gravestones,
Yeah.
freshly dug
With-
dirt, nothing.
With a full hour's worth of time searching around, yeah, you don't. It doesn't seem
Do
to
we
be any
feel like
signs
we've
of a
covered
graveyard or any
most of the-
offshoot paths or anything. The only other paths lead further into the farmlands, to the east, or
Do we
out
feel
towards
like we-
Egan's Wood.
Covered most anything that would match what he said.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Do I see, or is it apparent to any of us on the road itself? Are there signs of wheels, more than just regular foot traffic, anything like that? Perhaps the
I mean,
supplies
there's definitely wagon wheels.
on the road to Habe's Sanatorium.
Not on the little side road to Habe Sanatorium. Mostly just on. So there's kind of a main road that leads along Cougar Creek and past the sanatorium out into the farmlands. That road is pretty well traveled.
Sure,
There's
but
kind
it
of
doesn't
one
seem like
small side road that leads out towards the sanatorium, and there don't seem to be any carts or no wheels.
any obvious travel of that sort.
No. You didn't see
What are
any
they
horses outside. You didn't see any carts or anything either.
Sure.
Just
What
the
do they
building.
feed the people who live there?
What does Habe eat?
Sorry, I'm shrugging. It's not very
I-
audible.
Dead ghouls, probably.
Starting to get that impression.
Can't eat a ghoul.
Do you want to try it?
I'm not going to try to eat a ghoul.
It occurs to me that if there's no bodies around, if there's no place to bury them, there doesn't seem to be much in the way of traffic that would be doing much in terms of taking bodies out of here, or
Yeah,
possibly
I mean,
even bringing
but-
things in.
He's probably doing experiments.
That's what I'd assume.
Uh,
Not eating. Did you assume eating the bodies?
Greshy, what's your alchemy?
It's possibly. My alchemy?
Yeah.
I could throw some things together possibly, but I'm not particularly proficient in it.
Could you figure out what is in that that vial that he gave us?
My gross water.
Aye, let me take a look at it, see if it's actually effective at anything.
I'll give it to you. I'll be like, be careful.
I promise I won't spill it.
Beautiful water. I'm sure it's a wonderful color, like milky white.
I was
Yeah,
thinking of
yeah, I would
Milky
say
White.
it's a Milky White, yeah.
Grayish
to-
white.
So to check it, would that be perception, crafting, medicine, religion?
Be craft. Wait, do you have craft alchemy as a?
I just have crafting. I do not have alchemical crafting.
Okay, then you don't know.
Okay. I would probably try a medicine check then.
Sure.
I'd assume
Yeah,
it was some sort of
Do a
medicine.
check, yeah.
Okay. That's a 30 total. It's also like the third 18 I've rolled in a row.
Looking at it, sniffing it, you maybe like do just like the lightest dab onto your skin just to test it. You don't know. You're not sure what this does, if anything.
Doesn't seem to be burning me at all.
No, it does. It tastes like water plus some minerals. Yeah, you're not getting any kind of
Two drops on the tongue, huh?
That's what he said.
Anybody want to volunteer?
Well, I
Take a-
mean, it's supposed to just stave
take
off
a dose.
ghoulism. If I take this and I turn into a ghoul, who's gonna help me?
We can take it. I mean, if you start to turn into a ghoul, we'll get you actual treatment, not whatever this stuff is.
You have to carry me back.
Well, you've got a horse. We'll tie you to the horse and drag the horse back.
What if I go crazy? What if I eat the horse? I'll never forgive myself, Greshy.
You want me to try it?
Given the context of the lordship being after Asher, I would say let's not give it to Asher.
That's fair. I will try the dosing of 2 drops worth on my tongue.
Okay, so
Watch.
you open your mouth and drop.
So let's a couple drops in.
Okay.
All right.
You wait a few moments. Your tongue tingles a little bit, but you don't feel anything happening.
It's like sour mineral water.
Oop. I heard that roll.
Nothing's happening.
That very subtle roll over there.
Jason.
Let me
It's
just.
fine.
Just we're
open up
staring
your
at
character
Greshy.
sheet.
All right, go right ahead. And turn me to NPC status as I turn into a ghoul.
No, you seem to be fine.
All right, no worries.
Seem to be fine.
Okay, well,
Oh.
let's not.
See what
This might
happens.
just be water.
Well, it's got a bit of a. It's like a sparkling water, almost like you're in a spring, that sort of taste, but nothing.
Let's not have anyone else try it too.
Oh, sure.
Everyone drink.
I'll stop her back up and hand it back to Asher. He can hold on to it.
Put it in my water collection.
Shall we confront Abe tonight, or go back somewhere else?
Hunting Habe?
Did we learn anything?
You learned about ghouls and ghasts.
Well, we learned they're after Asher.
And I don't know why. No one
We-
will tell me.
We have a strong suspicion now that the culprit is a ghast.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about ghasts to.
Does
Too much
anyone,
about
is there a way to
it.
think about gas and see if we can recall anything?
Religion.
Information about them in general? Yeah, that'd be a religion check.
I have,
Oh.
do I have to be trained in it?
Oh my god, I rolled a successful religion check.
Oh my gosh, you did.
24.
Yeah, the 24.
Very nice.
That will beat the DC for knowing about ghouls and ghasts. Ghouly ghasts.
It's my favorite video game, Ghouls and Ghasts.
I must have paid attention during that part of Paladin School.
Yeah, I mean, you know that they are flesh-eating undead. Ghasts are very insidious, I guess. They have a very powerful stench aura that makes them tough to be near, even. And they do... yeah, like ghouls, they inflict a fever and create more of them. Ghouls and ghasts both tend to, at least in the wild, they make their own little kind of societies in tangled warrens below boneyards, and some of them hide away in the Darklands, which is the equivalent of the Underdark of this setting. It's pretty rare to see them above ground unless they were created somehow by by someone else, probably.
By your lordship, perhaps.
Can you create them without being a ghoul or
Like
a ghast?
alchemically, or
Yeah.
You don't know of any alchemical way to do it. Perhaps there's some kind of dark ritual
necromantically
that you could partake in that could cause it. There's a lot of weird dark rituals that can turn you in undead.
Well, there's good news. Is that we will always know the ghast is coming because it will smell very bad.
How is that different than how you spell normally, Asher?
I smell fine compared
But
to the
given the
ghast.
terminology of a pack that this lordship person seems to be using, it seems reasonable that they might be some kind of powerful ghoul or ghast that's forming some ghoulish cult.
Curiously, doesn't seem to be wanting to murder people. Not trying to convert them, just murder.
Oh, I mean, some of them get murdered.
Well,
some murdered.
This one was a message for Asher, but he didn't seem super concerned about where this one went.
Yeah. What if I never came to the sanatorium? I'd never get the message. That's a silly way to leave it.
I agree. Perhaps that's why he sent you the second note, because this one didn't get you.
Oh.
That one was a bit more obvious.
It was. I literally got
So.
handed that note.
They just gave it to you here. Maybe
Still
he
don't
was.
know.
Maybe he was your lordship the whole time.
Maybe he was. I don't know if he wants me to be, or she wants me to be a ghast or a ghoul. I don't know what that would do. Seems
Give
like I would just be
yourself a
really
pack
even
and
dumber than I am now.
Hmm.
Who knows? I don't know who this person is.
If you join his pack, he would end the harvest in your honor.
I don't even know what the harvest is. I assume it's killing people for no reason.
Killing people, making more pack members.
What if I want the harvest to continue? Didn't think of that.
I'm a little concerned if you're really wanting the harvest to continue.
I don't want the
Yeah.
harvest to continue.
Asher, is there something you're not telling us?
I'm just thinking from all angles, you know? This person
outside
doesn't
of the
know
box
anything
thinking
about
there.
me. What if I'm like, I'll join your pack, but I need the harvest to continue like 8 times harder than it is right now? And then it's no deal. I don't know.
What if... Could we... Wait. Would we... all of the things we've seen so far as the murders go, there was the one murder that was outside of town. And this last one was at the lumberyard. Is there a way to get this lordship a message?
Not that we know of. I was gonna ask the ghoul that, like, how can we find his lordship?
Mm-hmm.
But didn't get that chance.
Yeah, for all the notes I'm being left, I'm not really given a return address or like a phone number to call
I mean, he did
or
say
somewhere
something.
to go. What?
He did.
What did he say?
The ghoul did say something.
Did he? I must have missed it. The
Yeah,
note I got
must have missed it
was,
too.
if you come to his... I got it. If you come to his misgivings, if you join his pack, he would end the harvest in your honor. I might have misheard something
Okay,
there because I'm
no,
not
you
sure
got
how
that.
you come to... Okay. His misgivings?
I don't know what misgivings is.
I must have missed that the first time, but it still doesn't mean anything to me.
Well, that was it. I didn't repeat that earlier because I wasn't sure what come to his misgivings.
Society check.
Sure. I'm trained in freaking everything. Whether I roll well or not. That's a 16 on that roll.
Shrug. It must mean something, but you're not sure what it means.
It's not related to Magnamar, I assume, so
No,
otherwise I
I
would-
feel like you've heard misgivings used before, but it's just kind of a vague feeling.
might have been a
Perhaps back
location.
in town, we could find an answer.
We should probably ask somebody there.
But we also could go. So, like, before we leave here, I'm pondering whether we should go back to the sanatorium and tell him we've been ordered to retrieve the body
How long did it take us to get here? A couple hours? Less than that?
Yeah, I think like 3-ish hours by horse.
Well,
6 hours.
Nobody go check the VODs.
Gonna pull it up right now.
there's a
My
couple of
phone.
miles. There's a couple of miles. I think if we look at the scale here.
Oh, if
I
we follow the scale.
I think a horse. I mean, that's walking. That's the walking pace of a horse, right? A horse can run significantly faster than their like casual pace.
I
It's not unreasonable to say that we've been ordered to bring the body back. Although, I would
Oh, the
probably.
night? What time is it?
it's pretty late.
Yeah, it's probably about 8. It's getting pretty dark at this point. And
I would
actually,
just have to
give me
leave it-
perception checks.
I would just have to leave it as an implication if I was. You could,
Perception is a 29.
19.
I'm slow. It's not.
It's fine.
I have a 22.
Okay, so all three of you see this as you're talking. So you guys are all mounted on horseback. Phelan's just kind of sitting beside you as you're discussing this on the road. So you're on the kind of side road that's winding up this hill to Sanatorium. On the main road, you see somebody on horseback with a lantern in hand go running past in the direction from the farmlands towards Sandpoint. They just go, just zooming past you.
On foot?
On horseback.
Oh.
Do you want to catch up?
They're
Sure.
they're riding their horse like hard.
They're
fast.
hauling.
Yeah.
Sure.
Uh-oh.
Let's ask. Hey, friend, what?
Well, I mean, if he's hauling,
He's
we'd have to
going.
actually catch
Yeah,
up with him.
he's out of earshot.
He's booked it.
Let's do that, but say, hey.
Sure. We'll chase after him and see if we can get his attention.
Okay. What is animal? Is animal handling still a skill? I don't remember.
It is. I think it's either
It got
nature.
folded into nature.
I believe it got folded in nature.
Should we leave someone here to watch the sanatorium still?
I mean,
I think he's just experimenting on bodies, and that's...
which is not great. I'm gonna be honest.
I'll keep a watch.
If they're already
It's not
dead, perhaps
great.
it's fine. But my concern is, what is he doing with the living ones? I'm just gonna go. If you guys want to leave somebody,
Yeah,
you can. But
I'm just
I'll
gonna...
keep a watch over here if the two of them take off.
okay.
Okay.
I want to check out and see what this rider's doing.
So Gunn stays behind at the sanatorium. The other two of you go chasing after this
A little bit out of sight.
figure and shouting for him. Give me, I guess, a nature check to ride these horses. To see if you
Sure.
can catch up with this
Uh-oh.
guy who's really booking it.
An 11. Go, Greshy, go.
And I've got a 26 total.
Yeah, Blitz is not able
old.
to run. You get-
Blitz, no!
you get
forgot.
Blitz
I forgot
to,
you were
like-
riding Blitz.
It makes sense.
Blitz starts to run for like a couple paces and then slows down a lot and is
It's
breathing really hard
okay.
as Greshy just zooms past.
I'll pet
Um,
Blitz.
That's fine.
As we
Kapal,
go.
look, Kapal will catch him. It's fine.
And Phelan is kind of trailing behind you. You do eventually manage to, you're like, hey, you're just kind of shouting, hey, to try and get his attention. The figure stops and rears the horse back and turns towards you. And you can see it's a very old looking gentleman. It seems to be a farmer of some kind.
Mr. Grump.
Is that his real name?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
As it said,
This is going into the annals of great names right here. Maester Grump.
Oh, I got trouble.
What's your trouble, friend?
Trouble. I got to go talk to the sheriff.
We might be
I
able to
don't
help with
got
that. What's your trouble?
Monsters. I got trouble. I gotta go. And
Where are you from?
Turns. Hambly Farm. And he goes right
All right.
off.
That's what I need to know. Okay. I will let him go and ride back to meet up with Phelan and then with Gunn.
Kind of trouble.
My wheezing horse.
There's trouble in River City.
At the mill?
Capital T, and that rhymes with P.
Stands for pool.
Stands for pool.
Okay, I don't get the reference, but okay.
We're theater people. What do you want from us?
Dude.
Probably like the best musical ever, besides Bye Bye
I
Birdie.
haven't seen it. I'm sorry.
No, it's so good.
It's so
Alright,
good.
I'll watch
See
it.
It's fine. All right. Well, I'll meet up with Asher. Have Asher come with me. I'll let Asher know. Seems there's trouble down at the farm nearby.
Well, I hope my horse doesn't die before I get there.
We'll take it as easy as we can to make sure that Blaze is not going to pass out.
Blaze is doing the best that Blaze can.
Hey, we're not judging Blaze. We're just saying we don't want to hurt him any further. Once we catch up with Gunn, let him know as well. There seems to be some monster trouble down at nearby farm. Should we check it out? Yeah.
Probably.
All right. At a pace that Blaze can achieve.
Oh, don't worry. I'll catch up. Blaze is just fine.
10 hours later.
He knows the world by smell alone because he's so old and
He
wise.
can't actually see. That's why he's using his smell.
Yes, he's blind, as am I in the dark. So
So
we're doing well together.
one of
two
you
of a kind.
has a map of the hinterlands, correct?
I have a map of the hinterlands. Yes.
Okay.
This is in my scroll case.
You look for a Hambly farm. And let's see. It appears to be way out to the east. Not too far from Oakhart, which is where Gunn's from.
Oh, well, it's a bit of a ride, but he seemed to be quite in a hurry, and I think we're closer to helping than whatever he's going to find.
I do.
Yep.
We'll come back and deal with
We'll get there hours ahead
Abe
of
later.
Okay, so you guys ride out towards
Go.
the
Yep.
Hambly farm.
And in fact,
Yeah.
is this kind of distance we can push the horses and cut that travel time down?
Yes.
Question mark, Blaze.
I'll be fine. You guys go ahead. I'll just be a
Asher will
little
definitely
slower.
lag behind, but yes, you can try
Yay.
and book it over the farmlands, towards the Hambly farm.
If there's a road and it's like 5 miles or something, it'd be like 2 hours walking, but probably like 10 minutes of hard riding.
Does anybody have, so it's getting quite late and only Greshy can see in the dark. Do you guys have any form of lighting that you're going to use?
I certainly hope so.
I have the torch. Ever burning torch.
If Gunn would like, I can put light on something of his.
We have other ever-burning torch.
All right, if you've got your own torches, that's fine too.
Well, I mean,
We've got-
BT.
I have not anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever you'd like me to put it on, I can cast light, the light cantrip on your sword or something.
Let me see what I've got that would be most suitable.
I might even have a torch that I could just put light on and hand it
Yeah,
over.
I think I could take out a regular torch and have light cast on that.
That'll work. I'll do that. I will give you some light so that you can see. That would be that button. Basically, it's a torch, except it's magic. So it's the less fancy makeshift version of the thing that Asher's using.
Okay.
Asher got the fancy version.
So, with some light, you guys engage your horses' speed boosts and zoom across the countryside, down the dirt paths towards the Hambly farmland. It does take, about probably 20-30 minutes to make it all the way out there. And your horses are pretty exhausted. But you can see what looks like the right spot on the map. It looks like quite a vast hilly farmland with a single farmhouse. So you're approaching it kind of from the north, is where the road comes from. The farm itself is up on a hill to the southwest of you. There's also a small, it's a barn, not a small barn, a large barn, larger than the house itself, just behind it. And there's an array of roads, dirt roads leading through the fields, heading up towards the farm itself. And kind of flanking and surrounding this farm are a series of small woods. But you approach from the south, riding up the road as fast as you can. And you can see that the road forks into 3 directions.
3.
Yes, you can go left, right. Well, so but at this point you slow your horses down because they're getting kind of tired. But there are 3 directions you can go: east, south, or west. And there is a what appears to be a scarecrow, kind of gnarly looking scarecrow, situated at the intersection.
Well, which one goes towards the house?
Any of these could conceivably go towards the house. The house is to your southwest, so either the central path or your right path. So I think let me go ahead and actually just move you to farm map.
Nice.
But this is going to be a little nasty. Oh, I didn't actually do this right. Whoops. Let me get you another path in here.
Just listening to you describe it, I was thinking of a mod. You can go left, right, or forward.
I mean, that's basically what it is.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. So,
Which one looking most likely to lead towards the farmhouse?
and also you guys are still on horseback,
Center?
but
Mm-hmm.
the center and the left paths, the to your right paths are the ones that would lead closer to the farmhouse. The other path would lead around, kind of far direction.
Is there any sign of anything moving besides, well, anything?
Perception
Sure.
in the dark. So
Perception?
only you would be able to make this perception check, I think.
Fair enough. That's a 29.
Okay.
I'm gonna be bad in combat because I've been rolling good everywhere else. So just letting you all know now.
You look out over the farmlands, the fields, and through the crops you can see at various points there are these scarecrows that are propped up at various intersections. Nothing seems to be moving. Weirdly enough, there are no farmhands around. You don't see any livestock even. Actually, this doesn't seem like a livestock farm, but there don't appear to be any people around.
It's
Just a little weird.
Too weird since it's nighttime.
Yes, that's true.
Scarecrow's exceptionally weird looking.
But there's not even any lights on up at the farmhouse itself. It's just all
Can
the whole field is dark.
Can I
Usually you
ride
might expect
close
to see
to
one or two
the?
people.
Can I ride my horse closer to that middle scarecrow and see if there's anything particularly freakish about it?
Sure. Yeah, you ride up to the scarecrow. It seems to be a normal scarecrow. But down this road to the south, you do see 2 more scarecrows, kind of nailed up to wooden boards, just a little bit further to the south.
How many scarecrows does a farm really require?
This does seem like quite a lot of scarecrows.
Yeah. I think
Doesn't
it's
seem-
time we
Oh,
I think it's time we armed up and try to find the farmhouse.
so and this scarecrow just seems to be a normal looking one. There's nothing
Yeah,
fancy
this one
about it.
looks normal. Yeah, Gunn approaches it and kind of holds out his sword and prods it a bit. It does seem to be made of straw, just like a straw man.
There's an awful lot of scarecrows. Either they're scaring something away a lot, or not all of them were originally there.
Yep. We've seen enough weird things, but I'm not.
Oh, it'll be fun.
Time to get some weapons out, I say.
Yeah, that's what I said.
That's what you both say.
I don't like scarecrows.
At Gunn's direction, I'll unstrap my my staff from where it's tied to my saddle.
Let's
Got my crossbow.
let's try to ride towards the farmhouse. Let's say middle path.
Sure, lead the way.
I will slowly, carefully. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Greshy, you have to come with me.
I'm coming. Let's go.
Okay,
Too scary.
You guys ride your horses down the middle path. This is going to be a little funky because I'm going to have to keep
Oh crap, I've zoomed all the way out.
Choosing your own adventure as we go along here.
Yeah, so
It's
you guys ride down the southern path. I'm going to don't move yourselves, like a
Okay.
stop time.
All right.
All right, I'm going to reset you up to the top here. And why is it not selecting? Okay. So the path continues and splits into two to the south. One further east and one further west.
Farmhouse is to the west, so we go west.
And
There's a part of me that was hoping that Scarecrow would have actually been on the road, because that would have been unusual.
Ah, why are they there?
there are four scarecrows arranged around the road.
Why are there so many?
Two.
Oh, do you have
two
a problem
bit
with
closer,
scarecrows?
Two.
No, they have a problem with
two
crows.
further to the south.
Are you a bird all of a sudden, Asher?
Yeah, I'm afraid of these there's too many. Maybe this person just really likes scarecrows, but that's weird too. That's like people with too many dolls in their house.
You just walk into that one room and all of these eyes are just staring at you.
Yeah.
And you're just like, this is uncomfortable.
So
Why
I don't
does this
like
happen?
this. Does anyone have flaming power?
I can burn them if you'd like.
Yeah.
Do you really want? I don't
No,
want
not
to do
yet.
that. Okay.
Just in case.
I'd prefer not to burn at all. I don't want to ruin the man's crops.
Yeah, let's not. But if we need to.
I'll be aware of it. It's an option. I've got a couple things up my sleeves.
West path.
Aye. Let's go west path.
Okay. As you guys ride,
stay behind.
ride this to the south. Give me perception checks, everybody.
Sure.
Oh, an 11. That's great. I'm very pleased.
26.
I got 15.
Okay. So as you guys are passing by these scarecrows, Greshy, you notice that the two that are kind of flanking this path here are both jostling slightly. And if you get a slightly better look, they look human. Those aren't scarecrows at all.
That's very unsettling.
That's worse.
I'm gonna call for a halt.
Wait, what is it?
Okay.
Are the ones to the south here as well looking to be humanoid, or do they seem to be swaying in the same manner?
They're just kind of lightly moving in the breeze. You kind of double take back to see if you saw what you thought you saw, and now you're a bit further away, and
It's a little harder to tell.
Yeah, it's a little harder to tell.
I'm pretty sure the ones we just passed were not made of straw.
Could be. Let's approach with caution. But I have a bad feeling about
this.
this.
All right. Greshy's going to dismount, actually.
Okay, Greshy dismounts. I don't have horse tokens. Or I did.
It's fine.
I can't find
Well,
them.
there's
I'll assume
someplace.
the horses are somewhere nearby.
I'll stay on horseback. and kind of wheel around and hold up my torch with light on it.
Okay. And you're like aiming it at the Scarecrow
Yeah.
To
Yep.
the northeast.
Yep.
Okay, you aim your light towards the Scarecrow. Let's see. You look at the figure. Though it has like there's like a sandbag kind of like over its head, and like tied tight with twine. It's hard to say. The hands do look very humanoid, and there are in fact bleeding. The nails are a bit longer than you would expect on a person. But as you shine the light on it, it starts to kind of struggle and moan in pain.
I'll check back with everyone and ride a little closer, potentially close enough to.
I want to watch the
with
other
caution,
ones. I don't
close enough
trust any of
to-
this.
see if I can remove that bag.
Okay, yeah, you ride up closer to it. Asher is like keeping an eye on the other scarecrows around. But
She's just watching.
you can reach up with your sword and kind of slice the bag open. Is that what you're going for? Or are
Well,
you gonna reach over and actually like, pull it off with your hands?
I was gonna probably pull it off with my hands as long as the person looks like they're tied down.
Yeah, it
Are
looks
their
like
arms tied
they're tied up like cross style with
Yeah.
onto this.
I will try to remove. I will remove the bag gently.
Okay. You pull the bag over off of their head gently to reveal a snarling face, an elongated tongue, and skin tinged blue. This person has definitely succumbed to ghoul fever.
Told you,
And
look at
as
the
you're doing that, suddenly the other scarecrow across the way bursts free from its minds and rips the sack off its head and starts to make a leap towards Gunn. So we're gonna need initiative rolls, everybody.
All right.
I've only got an 11. I'm a little bit off guard.
I got an 11 too.
I was
I've got a
just
27.
starting to think that this
What
might
is
be
happening?
Thank goodness.
And
Well,
What is happening?
these lovely friends. That's actually pretty low. Or maybe it's their bonus.
I got deselected, so I need to.
Oh, sure. Let me just add you back in to the order. And what was your number? 11?
11.
Okay. So Greshy is first with a 27. Then comes the ghouls. Then Gunn and Asher in whatever order you want. So, top of the round, Greshy.
All right. Well, that's grand. So this one to the north next to Gunn is still tied up.
Yeah, it's still tied up, but it's starting to struggle to try and get free from its binds.
All right. Well, let me check
The
a couple
other
things.
ghoul has broken free and has actually leaped out. How far can it leap?
45 feet.
So it can leap 15 feet, I think. Okay, so it just leaps to here.
Well, that
into
makes
the
my life a little. It sort of makes my life a little bit easier.
And it's crouching down like it's going to leap again.
Yeah, that makes my life a lot easier. Greshy was a little bit more prepared, it seems like, so he's going to just to start with shoot out a burst of electric energy toward the one next to Gunn, and he'll have it bounce over to the other one as they're both within range. They need to make a reflex save DC 20. They take 7 damage on a failed save, half on a success. You're muted.
Haha, I am unmuted. The one that is attached to the Scarecrow pole critically fails, and the other one is going to be that looks like a success, so it will take half damage. So
All right,
grounded
so-
one nimbly kind of dodges out of the way and takes half of that, so 3 damage.
Mhm.
The other is still currently tied to this pole and can't really dodge at all, and takes double damage from the critical failure.
So it takes 14.
It's looking pretty rough.
And in that case, Phelan is going to... Greshy's going to whistle for Phelan to get in there, and so Phelan will take off running, go after this one right here to try and
It
keep
goes
him.
after the one that's on the path. Currently
Yeah, the
free.
one that has not, the one that's still not tied up, to try and keep him off of Gunn. And
Okay.
we'll go ahead and take a big old chomp at that boyo. That is going to be that button. That is a 28 to hit.
28 to hit is a critical,
All right.
so double damage.
That is 26 points of damage from Phelan
Okay.
chomping him.
Ow.
Phelan jumps out, tackles this ghoul as it's getting ready to pounce again, and just rips out the ghoul's throat.
Yay.
And it just kind of gurgles on the ground.
Best boy Phelan. All right, that's 3. That would be my third action for having him go, and that is it.
Okay, the ghoul that is currently still tied up, it's his turn. Okay, it manages to break free of its binds and drops to the ground, and it's going to slash up at Gunn with one attack with its claws. And that is as a 23 to hit Gunn's case, or sorry, AC. Your AC.
Wrong game.
I was about to go Starfighter.
My AC is 22, unless horseback influences that in any way.
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. Okay, so that will hit. So this is a slash with its claws. So I need a fortitude save, please.
I'm going to use my reaction to add 2 to my fortitude save,
Okay.
which I shall now roll. Making an 18.
Okay, you succeed, but you still take 4 points of slashing damage. And you feel your muscles start to seize up a bit, but you resist the effect. That was
Okay.
action 2. Third action, it's going to try and bite at your leg. No, it kind of digs its one of its claws into your foot and then reaches over to give you a good old bite. That is minus that plus that. That's a 23 to hit again.
That hits again.
Okay. So that is this number. Minimum damage. So you take 2 points of piercing damage from the bite, and I need 2 more fort saves.
2 more. What happened to you resisted, so now you're fine?
Well,
All right.
Different vector of
right.
attack there.
All right. Rolling 2 more fortitude saves. First one's a 14, the second one is an 18.
okay. So yes, your body does start to seize up. You are paralyzed,
Ah.
and you can resave at the end of your turn. So I think paralysis is just you can't do anything. So you're paralyzed.
Flat-footed and can't act except to recall knowledge and use actions that require the use of your mind.
Yeah, so you can think if you want. Think about how you got
Does
this.
my horse
We'll do record scratch. Oh, your horse is probably terrified, and without any direction from you, is going to try and move you away. So it pivots and tries to move away. The ghoul is going to take an attack of opportunity on your horse. Unfortunately, that is a miss. So it swipes at the horse as it pivots and turns and starts to run down the opposite path away from the ghouls.
And I don't
kind of
fall off. That's pretty far.
Asher.
It's me. Hi. All right. Well, I have my crossbow out anyway, so I'm gonna hunt prey as my first action, and then attempt to shoot the ghoul. Let's see if I can do it. I have a 30.
30 is a critical success. Go ahead and roll double damage.
Get out of here, you ghoul. Right. Let's see. Well, 13 plus 23, 24, 25, 26, 27.
I think it's dead.
Okay, you nail the you nail the ghoul in the head. It goes like skidding across the grass.
That's right.
and
Out of here.
Ceases to move. And that's combat.
Asher, go get Gunn.
Ah,
too far.
Just keeps
I have
charging
to
off.
go to get Gunn.
I'm not on horseback, so I still have to mount back up.
Are we still in turn order, or can I just run after him?
No, you can just run after him to try.
Oh,
and
my
grab the horse.
wheezing horse.
Go, please, go.
Gun.
And Greshy's like trying to get himself back up on the horse, and it takes him a minute because he's just like, I'm not tall enough to get up.
I need to verbally calm the horse.
After a few moments, the paralysis fades. And Asher, having grabbed the reins of your horse, kind of leads you back, Gunn, to the others.
Hey.
And your muscles start to relax, and you can move again.
You all right there, Gunn? You're muted.
Yep, I think I'm all right.
All right.
I don't feel infected or crazy.
What's the check for diseases? Is that something I can do?
Medicine.
Well, I guess the question is that something I can just do with a medicine check, or if that's something fancy?
Would that be a one action thing, or is that like a 10 minutes?
Yeah, I'd say it's like maybe a 10 minute.
It'd take me a bit.
Get him
I don't
down
think we
off the
have 10
horse and
minutes.
check the wound. Look for necrosis.
I don't think we have 10 minutes.
If you're sure. I mean, I'd prefer for you not to turn into a ghoul either.
I'm sure.
All right.
Phelan comes back carrying the arm of the ghoul that it just took down.
Yay,
That's a present for you, Asher.
Oh, your voice just went super robotic.
Did mine?
Yes.
Am I still a robot? Oh, shit. Is this any better?
No.
Nope. Maybe we should do a quick tech break.
Sure. I'll be back in a moment.
All right. BRB, everybody. And we're back. Hopefully a little less robot-y and with more honey than before.
We are sweet humans. We are not robots at all.
Oh dear, I hope you guys can't hear that oboe or violin.
I can't hear an oboe.
Okay, it's really loud for me. But
Ambient.
Whatever.
Ambient oboeing intensifies.
Yeah, there's a spooky ghost playing oboe somewhere on this farm. Okay, so we're back. Hi, hello everyone. You guys just eliminated these two ghouls, and one of the ghouls, his arm has been brought over by Phelan, and Greshy, I believe, said,
Oh, that's a present for Asher, I'm pretty sure.
Hey, I accept the gift. Is it a full arm? Is it like from here?
it's like from the elbow joint up. Yeah.
Yes, that's the best part of the arm.
So you take
Is it
the
though?
arm and
Do I think that I could get ghoul fever if I scratched myself with the arm?
Probably.
Just wondering how careful
do
I
you
have
have
to be with
religion?
the arm.
Uh,
Do I? I certainly do not.
Okay, go ahead and roll it then.
I do. I do get weight. I have to remember, we never set up my sheet to do the new feat I took, so it's actually +2, so it's a 13.
Oh, you're right. Oh, yeah, we should do that. Okay. That's probably fine.
It's fine, guys. I'll put the ghoul arm in my backpack.
What's exactly fine?
No? What do you...
No.
I mean, Asher can keep the arm. I just don't eat it or anything.
No.
Okay.
I'll keep it. Wait, I won't. I have. Ooh. No. It's fine.
I wonder what happens if you combine that with rose water.
Don't I have the thing that. I have the thing that helps preserve the arm.
You could take your amulet off and...
Oh no, the amulet's on me right now. Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh, you'd have to attach it. And...
Okay. Well, the arm is. I'm gonna put it like it's hanging. The hand is like.
It's gonna make your whole
Just
bag smell.
sticking out of the bag, yeah. It does kind of smell pretty bad.
That's okay.
Okay, rotting, bleeding corpse arm.
Maybe I'll get rid of
Good.
it later when
Let's
Fallon's not watching.
Go
Can't affect
save
him.
this family of farmers. No, I think
How does a Mako let you into her inn at all? With all
What's
the things you
wrong
bring
with
back
me?
that smell.
These things are beautiful. She knows that they are beautiful. They're treasures.
I have so many questions about what you're trying to claim here, but I'm gonna move on. We
still have
should
the
see if there's
head
more.
somewhere. Isn't
Do
it
we?
in your bag?
let's carry on down the west path.
Wait, which head?
Melfesh, the course head is still in your bag, isn't it?
I hope, for God's sake, not. I thought we would have gotten rid of that.
I'm pretty sure I kept
I
that.
think it was still in the bag of holding.
Oh God, it is still in the bag of
It
holding.
is in there.
Oh God.
So you mock me for the smells, and yet you proudly carry around.
Proudly is a
my
relative term.
Melfesh decor.
You know, you want it back?
So Gunn
We'll take care of it.
mounting his horse.
We'll take care of it later. We're gonna take care of this
Yep.
later. You're taking your head back. You're getting it out of my bag.
I will accept the head with open arms.
I've
Wait,
got
so
nothing.
are you just taking the head out of the bag?
No, the
No,
head's in
we're
the bag.
we're saying
Do it
we'll do
later.
this later. We're
Yeah.
gonna take care of it later.
Okay.
We've more important things to worry about at
Let's
the moment.
move along.
Okay, so you leave these corpses of ghouls. They seem to be
And
dressed like
also-
farmers.
Uh-oh. That's unfortunate.
They've just got simple like overalls and like peasant's rags sort of thing. Simple shirt made of wool or tweed or something. I don't know. Peasant shit.
Peasant shit. Things that poor people have.
I'm not a poor.
I'm not a poor. How dare you? Can't believe this. Right. Sure. Going to the west, eh?
Well, I mean, I'm
Okay.
just trying to make my way to the house.
Right. I thought that
Yes,
was
I
to the
mean-
west.
Humans are still alive here, captive. Or if
As we pass by these southern scarecrows, I'd like to just double check as well to make sure that
I mean-
they're in fact not alive as well.
Yeah, they don't seem to be alive.
All right.
This,
moving or reacting. So you guys continue on to the west.
I'm guessing, I will say, I'm guessing that the farm itself has been taken over by our lord and we've potentially found his base of operations. And he's been hanging the farmers out to brutalize them.
That would be awful convenient, and I would very much so appreciate that. I'm
That guy just
skeptical
ran
because I don't
something.
think this farm is called the Misgivings, and if that was the name of it, it might be a coincidence or it might be unrelated. I'm not sure. Hopefully, it's.
Or we
this is
don't
all
know what
need to go
that
to.
word signifies.
We don't. I think it's a place, but I'm not sure what kind of place that might be or where that's at or anything of the sort.
But he was having a harvest. So
He was, and this is a farm. They do harvest
they
something.
harvest things. It's airtight.
Perfect. I like the logic. There's no other possible option here.
All right, so I'm just redrawing the map again as you guys come in from the
Northeast.
northeast. Let's delete these guys.
Ah, the scarecrow.
Sorry, I'm
Oh, good.
moving the scarecrows.
I keep thinking there's scarecrows in the road, and I'm like, Jason.
Except for one.
Well, those are the ones that we have to look out for. Is the ones that are so brazen that they're going to be in the road waiting for
let me
you.
put you guys back on map view, listeners,
yes.
viewers. There you go. Though you probably can't see there. Okay, so you're coming in from the northeast, and you can see the path splits as you're coming along down the road. It's basically a T-shaped intersection. The path curves up to the northwest, down, kind of straight south, and back eastward as well.
I've laid out my
there's-
farm for maximum confusion
Start to think that.
and maximum opportunity for intersections.
Yeah, where are like the signs on this road for where to go?
What do you think?
I say
There
straight
is
down.
another one of these wooden poles with a one of these bag-headed scarecrow things on it at
Well,
the
let's-
intersection.
Cool.
As we get closer,
Asher should just start shooting them as we pass
Yeah,
by.
I'm just gonna start shooting them when I see them.
they could be people that are not yet been turned, hooked up. I think that's the idea of the bag, is we don't know when they've turned or not.
Well, here's a question for Jason then.
Mhm.
I know that there is a treatment for ghoul fever. Do I know what that treatment might entail? And if that's something that I could do, or if that's something I would need to take them into town for?
You'd probably need to take them into town for it.
All right. Because that's my concern, is I don't want to be killing people unnecessarily, but I may not be able to save them.
Yeah,
You
I
think
mean,
that if they're not fully turned, then you could, it's almost certain that you could save them with a bit of treatment.
We could do a bit of treatment
Okay.
here and then get them into town and then have them taken care of properly. Okay. All right. Sure. Well, maybe Asher shouldn't just shoot willy-nilly. Or aim for the hand.
The hand. We just yell at them, be like, "Hey, you! Are you a person?"
That might work too. I
No,
mean, we're not being
it's
sneaky
not
though.
actually that bad of an idea. Just sing while we go.
La 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 la.
Yeah, what are you guys actually doing?
Oh, just chit-chatting. We're just gonna stand
riding
here
up
for a while.
Riding up towards and making a look-see to see if it's
Passing by to take a look at it.
from more than 15 feet away.
Okay.
Tactical.
You're right.
I like
kind
it.
of slowed down a bit, and it doesn't. This one doesn't seem to be made of straw. There's definitely some fleshy hands in there. The body seems like a more feminine body, at least.
Can I see the hands from here? And does it seem like if I can I see like, claws
Are they
versus
mutated?
The nails are elongated. It's dark, so you can't really see the color, since you have dark vision and it's black and white.
Right, I can only really see black and white.
Yeah.
So
Well, I look to Greshy. Greshy gives me like a sad shake of the head. This guy's gone.
I either gone or going. Might be able to, but I don't
Or
have
has
much
very
confidence.
nice manicured nails.
We'll charge in and start attacking
Be like, "Hey,
on a horse.
I mean, that's up to you, Gunn.
you can ask a question."
If you think there's a chance that they may be alive and worth saving, we can save them. Or we can try. But you're the one being put at risk the most. It's up to you.
I am thinking that this one does not look savable. I think we'll be able to tell the difference.
Look at the
So for the moment,
The feet.
feet, because someone could have manicured nails, but who puts pointy claws on their feet?
I think we'll be able to tell the difference between one that we can save and one that we can't. So in the absence of any
They have
indicators,
shoes on their feet.
Ah,
I'm going to
Jason.
charge,
Just ask a question.
ride forward,
Ask them
Right?
a riddle.
Yeah, you charge forward.
and and make an attack, aiming for the head.
Attack, sure.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna go crazy.
If you want us to stop, you gotta say something.
I just want to ask him a question from far away.
Do you stay your hand?
Like, are you alive?
Nope. I guess this guy is, or this former lady is stuck in place.
I don't know. We don't have enough
Okay.
information here.
You hit, slashing through the bag, tearing through this woman's face.
Oh my god.
They're writhing a bit in reaction to Asher's question, but they stop moving instantly. You pull the blade back and close to you, and the blood is red and dripping.
Oh my god. God.
Nothing we could do. Let's move on. We have to keep
What?
going.
No. No.
No, we have to keep going.
No. I have to check this body out.
Asher rides over closer to the body.
Can I take the sack off the head? Is the sack still on the head?
Yeah, the sack's still on. He's just cut through it.
Can I take the sack off?
You remove the sack. It's a woman beneath. You have your light up to her face. She is bleeding out very quickly, but
Oh my
she's
God.
no longer breathing. Her eyes seem normal. Her skin color seems pale, but otherwise fine.
We have to save this person. I have to save this person. How do I save this person?
Greshy sighs and will expend a first level heal at range.
I'll turn back around when I hear some stuff going on.
You can
and
hear him
hop down.
casting. It's pretty audible. He's not being quiet about it.
I'll jump down.
You cast the heal.
Mm-hmm.
It's too late. She is dead.
Oh my god.
All right.
Oh. Do we still have that thing?
We're not using that
We're not using that? Why aren't we using that?
because I would rather bring you back rather than bring a random person back.
My life is as valuable as this random person.
Absolutely, but you keep me alive better.
She might be very good at killing. I don't know. We killed her. I don't know. We have to bring her back.
Didn't kill her, we just failed to save her.
You killed her. You literally killed her.
An action would have killed her as well.
A what?
Inaction.
Inaction.
Oh, inaction. Was she
She-
turning?
Look at her hands.
She was
I
hanged
look
up
at her
here.
hands.
So you said you look at her hands?
Yes, I look at her hands. As I was told to look at her.
Damn it. This lordship is going to.
You untie one of her arms and bring the hand closer. And you can see that her nails are elongated strangely. And they look like they're turning kind of sickly yellow at the tips as you bring them under the light. But they're not nearly as far gone as, say, Graced or any of the other ghouls you've seen.
How long does it take? I'm not asking Greshy because I don't actually know. And I assume Greshy knows. How long does it take for ghoulism?
Well, it took Grace a couple of days, though he was being treated. Might even take less than that.
Treated.
Yes, treated. Might take less than that. Could take a day. I'm not certain off the top of my head, though. She might have been saved.
We had.
She also might have turned on us before we got a chance to do so. I don't know.
We could have tied her up.
Oh, I absolutely.
Ash is just gonna trail off because
All right.
it's clear no one else seems to.
No,
care.
I'm phased here.
Suddenly her arm jerks back and her eyes glow with a sinister
Ah!
color and she breaks free. And roll initiative.
This is what I get for being a nice person.
Yeah, I mean, again, could have tried to save her. Perception?
Yes, perception.
That's a
Greshy's
29
just
for
ready,
Greshy.
dude.
Greshy is very much so on edge this whole time.
He's like, nothing here is to be trusted.
This is normally when I would give you my dice and be like, I think these are loaded, except I can't because they're not my dice.
And let's see, let's add her. Okay. Greshy.
All right.
So she breaks free from the ropes and screeches, but it's kind of like a garbled screech as half of her face is kind of like pretty badly messed up and blood is kind of
Well, we're
dribbling
gonna
out.
give her a zap just to try and put her down right quick. Reflex DC 20.
She's no, that's a failure. Sorry. She fails. So
Then she
a
takes-
full 11 points of damage.
Aye, and then Phelan's going to run up to try and help put her down as well. That is for here. But that's only a 12 to hit.
Okay, Phelan runs and leaps at her, trying to strike, but misses as she like distorts her form and rides up. She's going to claw at Asher. Oh no! First, she'll start with a bite, and that is a 27 to hit your AC.
Ooh, that is a hit.
What's your AC?
21.
Okay. So that will hit and damage. Roll the damage. What's this? 3 points of piercing damage, and I need 2 fortitude saves.
All right, let me do the saves first. A 21 and a 23.
Pretty
Let
good.
me do the.
Okay, those are both successes. She's gonna swipe a claw at you. It's probably not gonna hit. That's a 15 to hit.
Nope.
Oh, sorry, 16.
Nope.
Still no. And one more claw swipe. That's even worse. That's like a 9 or something. Okay, Asher, your turn.
All right. Ooh. I'm going to. And you said crossbow can be used from like point blank, pretty much, right?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. So I quick draw my crossbow. Hunt prey the ghoul. I think it's my second action or my first action because quick draw is free.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. And then
So hunt
try
prey,
and
then quick
shoot
draw and shoot.
it. A 13.
Sorry. The crossbow bolt fires. She dodges out of the way.
Ooh,
You
I am.
have a third action.
My third action is going to be reloading the crossbow.
All right, you reload. Gun.
With some regret, I will have to attack this lady again. So, I will swing my sword with a 26 to hit.
That will hit. Roll damage.
I have 9 points of slashing, plus 6 points of positive damage.
Okay, you slash across her side, rending her asunder as she collapses to the ground. Quite dead. For real this time.
Not sure if I trust you.
Nothing is to be trusted in this field, apparently.
No, unfortunately not. I'm not saying we did her a kindness there, Asher, but I'd prefer for them to not try and kill us rather than kill us.
I have Asher's very mixed feelings on what has happened here.
Good, you should.
But he's not going to say anything. He just doesn't reply to anyone.
That's fair. All right, well. Which way going?
I'm not sure. Let's mount up and do you think northwest or southwest?
Well, here's a question for you. Do you want to try and clear the fields of these scarecrows, or do we want to just head for the
I think we should try to focus on the
farmhouse?
the farmhouse and the master.
All right. See if we can track down what Gast is making these ghastly creatures.
Yep, literally ghastly creatures.
So did you want to go down this or?
I think
over?
I think we keep going to the south.
If that's the way to the farmhouse, then yes, we'll be heading south.
Can we see the farmhouse still?
Yes, you can still see the farmhouse. Both paths, eventually lead towards the farmhouse. If you give me a perception check from Greshy, who's the only one who can see that far in the dark.
Sure. That's failing. There. Sheet. Perception. It's a 29.
Okay. You scan the area. You can see what look like maybe two scarecrows that are a bit further down at the next intersection to the south, and then one more scarecrow along the path at the second intersection away. If you look to your right, up the west path, you only see one scarecrow.
But they both get us to the farmhouse.
Yes, both loop around the farmhouse.
Okay. There's more scarecrows to the south rather than going to the west over here. That helps.
Yeah, let's take the path of less scarecrows.
For the time being. All right. Okay. So we'll head to the west.
It's also
northwest.
closer to the perimeter of the
Yeah, going this way
property.
will take you around the perimeter of the property. Yeah.
All right.
Oops. I just.
right off this way.
All right, so you
Less
guys
likely to be surrounded.
head up around the northeast or northwest. Sorry. And let's do another of these adjustments. As you guys, amusingly, it looks almost the same. So I'm just gonna leave that. And okay, so you continue up the path to the northwest. The trail splits again, curves back around to your right, to the northeast. That leads back towards the entrance. There's one scarecrow in the intersection here, and you could go south towards another scarecrow, or you can continue northwest, which is a longer route but leads to the farmhouse with no more scarecrows along that route.
All right. If we continue this path, then we'll get to the farmhouse without much issue. Shouldn't be any more than what we got up here.
I like that.
All right. I'm going to approach this scarecrow again to get to about 20 feet away and hold up the light and see if I can see if it's human or ghoulish.
Okay, perception.
Nope. 9.
The light from this distance, it's hard to tell. It's definitely a person. It could be a ghoul. It could be not. You'd have to get closer.
All right. I will hold my sword up, but I will get closer. And
Okay. From this range, you can see with the help of the light that the skin is deeply tinted blue. This person's definitely gone.
okay. Then we shall attack.
Okay. No attack roll needed. You aim a focused strike, decapitating the creature.
Okay.
Then what was dead there? Gun?
No hope for it.
All right. Let's keep moving.
Shall we continue along the perimeter road?
Should be safer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you continue around the northern side of the farm. The path splits again. You could continue going straight and to the south, and that's kind of around the far outside edges of the farm. Or you can take the direct path to the south, which is just a straight path right up to the farmhouse. And there's no other scarecrows along that route.
I think we're taking the road straight to the farmhouse.
Okay. So you continue southward, riding up the road until you reach a farmhouse. There is a farmhouse itself and a barn nearby. Which one would you like to go towards? There are no lights currently lit. The lanterns are all completely dead.
If I were a ghast, where would I want to hold up?
Barn is a creepy place to hold up.
Yeah, the barn is probably more full of ghouls, but I think the gas would probably be in the house.
Intelligent one might want a proper manor, as it were, for your lordship. I can see that.
My guess.
I guess just as some flavor, right next to the barn there is a I guess the barn itself is kind of constructed around this very unique looking feature, a 12-foot tall stone head that's canted slightly to the left. It looks like a kind of helmed warrior. Their face is seems to be locked in determination. But it's quite weathered, and there's kind of like moss growing up around it. And the barn is kind of built into this like structure. Not uncommon in this region. A lot of cities and things build themselves around random stone ruins.
Oh,
like the
sure.
Old Light.
Actually, out of
Magnitude, a lot of
curiosity,
these structures.
does this helmet bear any resemblance to that giant helmet that the crab was hiding in?
Yeah. Yes, actually.
Might have been the same culture then.
Likely so. But shall we try the house first?
Sure.
See if we can clear it.
I don't want to tie the horses up, though. I'd rather them spook at the first sign of trouble and run off than be
Okay.
forced to stay and get slaughtered.
I think that's fair.
Yep. Dismount them. But is there a field?
I
We
kind of
clear the barn, then put them in the barn.
actually, it's a thought.
Yeah, that's not
Sorry, I don't have a map for it right now. What you're looking at.
too bad actually.
What I was going to initially suggest is if we can make sure there's nothing behind the barn, we can leave them there first. Then we'll clear the barn, put them inside. Hopefully be safe.
Not lock the door.
Oh, sure. I'm not saying we lock them inside or anything like that. I'm just
But just for
out of the way.
protection.
Hi.
Should we consider like a flanking attack or all
Are there-
move in together?
Are there multiple entrances to the barn that we can tell?
I mean, there's the big barn doors that are
Mhm.
kind of situated like right on one side of this stone structure. There is an upper floor window that is open, like where like hay bales and things would be stored. Yeah, those are the
How's your
two
climb
entrances
check?
you see. Climb would be
Not
athletics
great.
if somebody wants to try.
I'm not gonna be the best at that.
Athletics?
Yeah, athletics.
We also have a potion of flying.
Asher, do you feel like going in through the window and we'll bust in through the door?
My athletics is a 7. Is that the highest?
Same as mine.
Oh, mine's 10, but I kind of wanted to tank.
You can tank. Yeah, I could try climbing up. skittering up there.
Do you want the potion of flying to have as a backup?
Sure. I'll hold on to it, and if
Sure.
I use it, I use it.
So I'll pass over I'll just press the button once I find it.
There's a button?
So,
Oh,
well,
there it is. Yeah.
just gives you the information.
Oh, I thought it was
so.
going to give it to me. I was like, yay, that's
That
so wonderful.
If they do with that option in Roll20, that'd be great.
Yeah.
But at the very least, it's a minor potion of flying, so it's a 20-foot move speed instead of, I think, standard is like 30 or 60 or something like that.
And it only lasts 1 minute.
Aye.
Okay,
So it would get you up there, but you still have to get your own way down.
That's fine. I jump all the time.
Okay, so
I have
you guys are
catfall.
going to the barn first.
Aye.
And Asher's going to try and climb up
Do my best.
towards this second story window.
Yep.
Give me an athletics check to climb.
Oh, a natural one.
Well,
head's
so
not
it
in
was
the game.
bound to happen.
You start climbing up, and you pull at what appears to be a rotted piece of like wood frame, and it breaks, and you come tumbling to the ground. You have catfall, right?
Yeah, I have catfall.
Okay, so well,
I think it
takes
just treats the fall as less. Yeah.
as less. Okay, so it's harmless to you. You hit the ground, and
Ah,
your butt hurts a little bit, but
my butt and my pride have been hurt.
Is that
The pride is the worst part.
Not
do
my
make
body.
a bit of a sound like the thud on the dirt, and
Can we hear
Suddenly-
anything?
yes, all of you hear sounds of not well, they're trying to whisper, but it's very raspy whispers coming from inside the barn, and suddenly the barn doors swing open, and how many ghouls are there? I think 6 ghouls.
if the
27
barn doors
ghouls.
swing Open.
50
They find me
ghouls.
standing in front of them with shield raised.
6 ghouls come bursting out of the barn, ready to swarm and surround you. Gunn raises his shield in defense. Asher is like picking up himself off the ground and dusting himself off.
I say that specifically because the plan was for Asher to go in and for then us to kind of burst in the front, so we would have been ready to do that.
They bursted first.
They bursted first, unfortunately.
That is fine.
But as the ghouls make their way over to surround you, I think that is where we were going to call it for tonight.
Oh,
Instead of 1 ghoul attacking us, we swapped for 6 at the end.
It was fine.
Go, this one. There we go.
Don't want to say they're pushovers or nothing, but
Okay,
all right.
so we'll leave you on that juicy
cliffhanger.
Yes.
Because it's going to be a bit, isn't it?
Never be able to defeat
Let's see.
6 baby ghouls.
Yeah.
What if we
once.
can't defeat 6 baby ghouls?
Don't say such
Actual
things.
Apparently,
baby
I've fallen on my butt.
It's Costco shopping, thanks.
I've embarrassed the party at least 7 times.
I
Well-
hope you continue to embarrass the party. It's much more entertaining this way.
It's beautiful.
So we have 2 vacation weeks followed by
Mhm.
the week of Thanksgiving.
Oh, correct. But I think we're all here,
Ho-
hopefully,
Yep.
for that week.
Planning to
So
play the
see.
week of
we'll
Thanksgiving.
see. We'll see. So
Well,
Bit up in the air.
we shall be gone for 2, maybe 3 weeks. It's possible that we'll try and film some stuff this week, maybe. We'll talk about it. But otherwise, hope you all enjoy your brief little reprise from us. Maybe if you know some friends, you can tell them about the show and get them caught up. Yeah, that's all I got for tonight, everybody.
20 episodes. Wow, that's really good.
Aye, we're doing well.
Yeah, this is.
Make sure
this is
to
episode 20.
give us 5 stars on Yelp.
Maybe not on Yelp. Maybe give us 5 stars on podcasting
Google Maps.
apps.
Google Maps.
Google Podcasts, not Google Maps.
There's Google Podcasts?
Foursquare.
I'm very far
There's Google
behind.
Podcasts.
Make sure to be friends with us on MySpace.
I
Yeah,
don't have a mic.
join
and
our
Friendster.
join our MySpace. Join our Friendster. Hit us up on the Snapchat. What else are the cool
Instagram.
kids doing?
Oh, they're Gramming, that's right.
Yeah,
Grams
it
up.
Insta.
Do we have a
send us all your
TikTok?
food
We
photos.
should probably get a TikTok.
Ooh.
We don't have a TikTok, but we'll get that TikTok running.
You have to get a TikTok and then take little cutouts of our characters with you, Jason.
There you
Little
go. That could be good.
I could try.
You could just throw Asher's little paper thing off a bridge. You could be like, there he goes.
I do have a laminator. I could laminate. Anyway, that's all right. Thank you everybody for playing. This has been Third Action. We're live every Tuesday night, except for the ones that we're not, at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. Twitch.tv/Third Action. Like us, follow us, subscribe us, comment us. Don't kill us. Love us. Send us your praise, your adoration, and all of your gifts and presents.
Who would
We love
kill
you.
us?
Yeah, don't kill us.
Why? Someone
Good
did
night,
that.
everyone.
Oh no.
Good night.
Bye.